Hello, welcome to Krafting Kitty. My name is Erin, and this video is going to be a bit chopped up. I'm trying to experiment with how I want to do these videos, so just bear with me, and if you have suggestions, I'm always happy to hear them. So we are going to start reviewing my box of Mary Maxim yarns. I had asked if anybody had some suggestions, and there was no consensus that I saw. People were kind of all over the place, so I just picked the first suggestion that I had read, which was the Prism, the Mary Maxim Prism. Sam from Mampha's Makes suggested this one. She said she had some in her stash and she wanted to hear my thoughts on it. So I thought, awesome. I am now realizing I didn't turn any of my extra lights on, but I think it looks not too bad. We'll see. Okay, so I wanted to just go through the yarn before I started using it, and then I intend to make something with it and also do some videos of me using it so you can see the yarn in action. So here we go. Here's the ball. I've also taken some photographs. I will try to insert them, and so you just can see them. I'm undressing it. Oh no! This is so pretty. First off, I find the colorways in this yarn to be gorgeous. They're beautiful. This colorway is Wild Berries. 100 grams, 3.5 ounces, 100% acrylic. There's 290 yards in that, 265 meters. Made in Turkey. It is a lightweight 3. They suggest 4mm knitting needles. Care instructions: wash in cool water, lay flat to dry. Visit us online at marymaxim.com. There you go. And so this is a roving style yarn. So that's the style of yarn that will move from thick to thin. I don't know how to show it to you. Perhaps during like the stitch breakdown you'll see it a little easier, but I would say to me this looks like a very nice 3. I'm looking, I do see a couple of sections where I go, that's a bit thin, but of course that's to be expected. And there's a couple of places here where it looks like maybe it got a little... No, so far I'm not seeing anything where I'd say that's a 4, but I am seeing some parts where it's like, well, that's a hefty 3. But that's, again, just initial views of this. Full disclosure, I have not worked with this yarn before. This is a brand new yarn to me. I have purchased it, but I have not yet worked with it. So, and I purchased it a long time ago. There was a deep sale during the pandemic where I got a good deal on a bunch of Mary Maxim, and I recall Prism was one of them, but I do not know where it is in my stash. So I'll get to it eventually. It does have a very Red Heart Unforgettable Lion Brand Landscapes feel to it. It's very shiny. It's very soft. It has some fuzzies, but those are just my initial thoughts on it. Oh shoot. I had meant my computer's right here. Let me go to marymaxim.com super fast. Prism yarn is regular price $6.99. Currently the date is 7/20, so July 20th, 2023. It is on sale for $5.99. So there you go, price breakdown. And it comes, there are a ton of kits that feature this yarn on Mary Maxim as well. Okay, so there's just some initial basics for you. I'm going to go create and come back with some more thoughts on it. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Okay, hello. We are here to take a closer look at the Prism yarn. So here it is, the Mary Maxim Prism. It is, I already went through the stats, and I have finished a project with it. So what I made here was just a basic double crochet beanie, and I ended the beanie with a row, 3 rows of single crochets. And here we go. It is very beautiful. It is very soft. I like the colors and the way the color, oops, changes. I had no problems using the yarn making this project. It wasn't splitty. Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing to split, but I did first think I was going to make a cowl, and then I changed to a hat, so I did have to frog, and it hung up on itself once, and that was it. I had a chain of maybe 50, but we're going to make a swatch here and see how it looks. Yeah, I had no problem with it. I have worked with Unforgettable. I found this to be less silky and less fuzzy as Red Heart Unforgettable. So if you're used to using Unforgettable, this is very similar to Unforgettable. It's a shiny roving style, but it's not quite, it doesn't have quite as much fuzz coming off of it, and it's just not quite as slick, or at least it wasn't, in my opinion, making this beanie. Okay, so let's go ahead and do, okay, so one thing I did see in making this hat, I encountered no knots, no flaws in the yarn or anything. As I was working to it, I did see this. This is apparently a knot in the yarn that is in the yarn that I don't know. I haven't really seen something this large usually. Normally for knots in the yarn, I just kind of go with the flow and work over it. This one is one I would have to cut out and rejoin the yarn for. So I'd say less than halfway through the ball and found that. Now I don't know with how the donut's wrapped how far into the ball that knot is. Could be at about the halfway mark. That's what my gut is telling me, but I just don't know. But I thought that was a rather large knot. But other than that, like I said, no imperfections. Let's get my crochet hook out. I'm using the 4mm dots hook from We Crochet. The yarn does not have a crochet hook recommendation, but it recommends 4mm knitting needles. For this hat, I did use a 5mm crochet hook, and that's kind of my preferred crochet hook for DK weight yarns, and this is a 3-weight yarn, but since the label says 4mm, we'll go ahead and use 4mm here. I guess maybe I should have come prepared with my 5mm. My dot hooks are in the other room. Let me see if I can quickly find a 5mm. That's 5.5. Are you 5? You are 5. Okay, I've got a 5mm furls if we want to check it out. Okay, but we've got our 4 first. So I'm going to go ahead and make a chain here. We'll chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's probably enough. Okay, so that, I'm working from the outside of the ball here. That was very smooth, very nice to crochet up. No snags, no worries. Let's see how it looks as I do a row of single crochets down the line. Oops. Well, it helps if you finish your stitch, Erin, huh? Here we go. It's sliding nicely. This is on a metallic hook. I haven't tried any other varieties, although this furls I have here I believe is an ebony, so that will be a wooden furls hook. when we get to it. I also used, on that hat, I used my 4mm or my 5mm dots. Chain 1, turn it over. It's curling on us. That's not bad looking. I kind of like the 4mm. Let's see. Let's add a second row of single crochets here. Oops. Come here. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Go through and see if this is nice. Come and need some more slack. I looked at getting one of those wool genies I keep seeing, but I was not. For some reason, I just didn't pull the trigger on purchasing it. I think I might soon, though. I don't know. I don't necessarily use a lot of balls that I think I need the wool genie for until I use something like this, where you're like, oh, that would be nice to have it just free flowing for me. Get into the end stitch. There we go. Oh, that looks pretty nice. I like that. Okay, we'll do another chain 1. Let's do a couple of half doubles here and see how that works out. Oops, lost it because I was trying to pull out the yarn and missed. Okay, some yarn. Sorry, I smacked the tripod there with my hand. The work is really trying to curl in on itself as I'm doing it. I don't love that. That did not happen with me in the hat, but the hat was obviously a much bigger piece of fabric, so I don't know if my chain length here is working against me. Get in there. Okay, those half doubles look quite nice in my opinion. I like how the stitch definition is coming through here. Oops, I didn't finish off that stitch. Let's do, I'm going to do another row of half doubles, but let's just go straight into the doubles. Oops, well, I'm losing it here. Start over with that one. I will say I think that is the most direct comparison yarn I have for this is, okay, we're coming up to the dreaded knot. So that wasn't too far into the ball. For my purposes here, I'm going to kind of just crochet over it. And we'll see how things go. Okay, well, we're going to know that the knot is there for sure. I'm not going to try to hide the excess stuff hanging out there, though. Do I have one more stitch there on the edge? No. So, let me count actually. I do. That's one of the reasons I don't like half doubles. I tend to miscalculate where the stitches should be. Okay. So that, I really quite like the stitch definition on this. That's nice with that 4mm hook. I've got the hiccups a little bit here. Let's chain 1, do another row, and let's do like 3 double crochets, and then let's try like a popcorn stitch and see how that works. That's not a popcorn stitch. Okie dokie. There we go. This is a popcorn stitch. 3, 4. Do 5. Take this out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I only do 4? I did indeed only do 4. Let's do a 5th one for ye old popcorn stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you are. Pull it through, slip stitch to close. 1, 2, 3. Pull out some more yarn. Oh, the popcorns are going to be on the side with the icky knot. Oh, that's okay. What am I doing here? Popcorn stitch. I was distracted by the icky knot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bloop, bloop. Oh, nope, I'm not going to have enough room there to do another popcorn stitch. What? The craziness. Okay, so let's chain. I'm going to do another quick row on of double crochets over the popcorn stitches so we can, oh, I'm moving you off camera so you can see how this looks. Oh, that's not the stitch. That's the stitch. I think I just added 2 stitches there. I should not have gone in 2 places there. But this is just a swatch. It is okay. Okay. So now we have our swatch and let's look at this. Okay. So the yarn is dark, but I think there's really nice definition in those popcorn stitches. You can see them quite nicely. I like the stitch definition on all the other stitches. I think it looks nice. I think the 4mm crochet hook is a great option for this. Should we see how it frogs? Okay. Let's see. Going at a decent clip. That's kind of, oh! So we got hang up number 1 in a popcorn stitch. Let's see if we can free it without, there we go. We got it free. Okay, hang up number 2 at the start of the next popcorn stitch, able to free it. Oh, another hang up, able to free it. Let's see. Okay, now we're coming up to that knot. Oh, I got a big old hang up. Let's see, can we loosen you? Can we loosen? There we go. Okay, here's the knot. Let's see. Ooh, that's icky. Okay, I'm going pretty blurry on you, aren't I? It's probably all the hand movement. Let me move away from the camera a little bit and see if I can, there we go. Gently pry that apart. Oh, okay, so this is definitely not a frog friendly yarn, but so far it hasn't gotten so bad that I've felt the need to clip it. I've certainly been able to tease each one out. Oh, she says, and then this happens. Okay, let's see. Can we tease it out? Oh no! Okay, well, if you're gonna have to cut something, cutting it near the beginning of your swatch is kind of the best you can hope for, eh? Okay, I don't know if we're going to be able to salvage this one, girls and boys. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see. Okay. How are we caught? Why are we caught? Any ideas? Is it the fuzz? Okay, there we go. I was able to break the fuzz a bit, and we came free. Now let's see if we can get the chain to come undone. Ugh! Not there right away. Let's see. Can I tease you out? Can we be successful? No, not yet. Okay. Come on. Come on, we can do it. I have faith in you. I have faith in... Okay, I broke it with my fingernail, but I only had to break the fuzz. I didn't have to break the yarn. Okay, so it was tough going there, but I was able to fully recover the yarn and fully frog it. As you saw, it was a struggle. I'm going to go ahead and not do the 5mm. I thought the 4mm worked really, really well. As you saw, the 5mm worked nicely. I think it would make a really nice drapey fabric for like a top or a sweater or something. So my suggestion is, if you're going to try to make a wearable, probably look for a 5mm hook. If you're not necessarily looking for a wearable, go ahead and, you know, do the 4mm. I think the 4mm would have made a nice dense fabric for my hat. So that would have been cool. I've got crochet in my mind and not remembering how to cast on yarn. Okay. 4, 5, 6. Lost it. Okay, that... Ugh, Aaron, that was not a nice cast on. Okay, so this is a very tight cast on. I have the... These are not 4mm. These are US 4s. Okay, coming off. 4mm are going to be a US 6 because a 7 is a 4.5. Okay, here we go. Let's try this again. Let's just confirm. 4mm US 6. Okay, so I've got a new pair of needles here. These are actually one of my grandma's original needles she gave me when I learned to crochet. These are Hero. They're Hero needles. They are plastic, bendable, pliable knitting needles. Kind of cool. I know we all kind of have a love of the Hero brand. And I didn't realize that I had some Hero hooks until I was kind of sorting my yarn room. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I have 20 stitches there. 20 stitches cast on. Sorry, I pulled you off camera a little bit there. Okay, these are... Okay, the needle length, I'm wondering if I'm going to be whapping myself here. And the first row of knitting is always a doozy. It's moving quite nicely. These are, like I said, plastic needles. Here I've gotten the fuzz caught on the needle tips a couple of times, but easy to rectify. I'm not splitting the yarn or having issues with that. This is a rather, oh, I'm not on at all. This is a rather blunt tip needle. So I'm not sure what you would have. Oops. She says she doesn't split the yarn and she splits the yarn. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do just 4 rows of this in stockinette stitch. Stockinette stitch is where you knit the first row and purl the second, so you have all knit stitches on one side and all purl bumps on the other. These needles are going to be a bit of a problem here. I'm sorry, I gotta pull back off of the table for this. I'm smacking the needles on the table. Oops, split the yarn again. Okay, so I am having a bit more splitty problem here. There you go, split it again. The colors of this yarn are very beautiful. They have, they're all kind of gradient. And this is, I just picked one, I believe the colorway is, yes, Wild Berries, which I think is kind of aptly named. Blueberries, blackberries. I don't know what a black currant looks like. I'm off camera. I'm sorry. This is not ideal. I should have tried to find a circular needle, but I just grabbed the ones that were closest. Oh dear. Okay. Split it again. Okay. We are not going to watch Erin struggle through 4 rows of this. Okay, should I just pull it off camera or show you now? Is there enough to show you now? Oh, it's so dark. Maybe this was not a good colorway to choose for this demonstration, for this review. It's beautiful. I love it. But, okay. Oh, and my battery's running out. Okay, so here's what we have. Are you going to focus? Okay, to me the stitches look very nice. They look tight, they look tidy. I did have some splitting issues, and this is a very blunt tipped needle, so that is concerning for me. I'm not sure how I would like this for a full project. I'm going to stop here and change my battery. 1 second. And we're back. My one concern is whether or not that splitting would become bothersome over a larger project. I don't know. I have a good amount of this yarn left. I think I might try to knit a hat or at least an earworm or a headband type thing to see how it feels in a larger project. If I do decide to do that, I will come back and kind of do an addendum in another video and let you know how it knits up. I wanted to crochet a project because it's just much quicker. So yeah, let's see how the knit swatch frogs with all the splitting. And look at that. I mean, it frogged without a hitch. So that's nice. That's good to know, even with me kind of fumbling there. Okay, so let's talk overall review on this beautiful yarn, Mary Maxim Prism. So at the beginning we kind of went through all of the stats. Care instructions are not bad. Hand wash, cool water, lay flat to dry. That's always easier on a smaller project. I know this yarn comes in some of the Mary Maxim blanket kits. That gives me a bit of pause. I don't know if I want to make a twin size blanket and then have to hand wash it. The feel of it on my hands, it wasn't rough by any means. It was not as silky smooth as an Unforgettable is, but I'd say it's a nice soft yarn. I'd give it a, I'm trying to think of what a rating would be for it. It's definitely softer than Super Saver. I'm sorry, I'm yawning. It's getting late here. I'm going to give it an 8 in the softness scale. Is that another knot in there? Okay, nope, it's not. It's just a weird area in how it was wound. So it is, I did not have a problem with it splitting with crochet. As you saw, I stabbed through it a couple of times with my knitting needle, and it's a blunt knitting needle. It is fuzzy. That does give me pilling concerns, stuff like that. As you saw with the crochet, I did have difficulties with frogging. With knit, I did not. Perhaps if it was a bigger swatch in the knit, we might have a problem. You saw how it worked up. The only imperfection I saw was the one knot, and that is, it's an egregious knot. So I'm not liking that. Frogging, I'm not sure how to rate this on the frog factor. I feel like crochet was very poor, knit was kind of fine, but it was so poor on the crochet. I have to think it's like, so I do things on a 10 paw scale. So I would say this is a 3 out of 10 for frogging. You're going to struggle, especially if you are a crocheter, with that. The feel, the quality of the fabric it produces, it's nice. It's soft. This is with the 5mm crochet hook. Like I said, it gives it a nice drape. I feel like this is a bit of a airier hat. You'll see with the double crochets there, you can see through it. So this is more of a fall hat in my opinion, but like sticking my hand in here, it feels cozy. It feels warm. I really like the feel of this fabric. The feel, I didn't, honestly, the knit swatch was so small. It felt like a nice close knit fabric. But it's hard to say how that would feel in a larger project, in my opinion. With the 4mm knitting needles, with the 4mm crochet hook, I really liked the stitch definition. It had a closer, kind of denser stitches and fabric. I don't feel like it would be as drapey as the 5, but I think it would be great for a hat, great for an ear warmer, great for gloves, something that you want the tighter stitches on. If you're going to use it for apparel, I think I would go up to the 5. The value of this yarn, full price, they want, oh, I'm forgetting now, was it $6.99 and I bought it on sale for $5.99, or was it full price $7.99? I bought it for $6.99. This is in US terms. It's one of those two. It is a 100-gram ball, 3.5 ounces. You get 290 yards of a lightweight 3. That's a decent size. As you can see, I've already got a hat out of it and I've got half of a ball left. So that's nice. I feel like like $5.99 is probably what I would want the price to be in the current market, and it's definitely above that. But I don't know, yarn is worth what you'd pay for it. So let's say it's a decent value. I'll say it's an average value. I'll give it a 5 out of 10 on value. Overall rating on my 10-point scales, how many paws would I give this? Oh, this is a tough one. I love the colorways. I love the look of this yarn. Roving style is one of my favorite styles of yarn, so it's got all of that going for me. One of the things I don't like about Red Heart Unforgettable is how fuzzy it is. This is less fuzzy, but it's also less silky and a little less soft. I'm gonna give this a okay, I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10 paws. And I don't know if, sorry, I have an itch on my leg. I might have popped the top of my head into the camera. I don't know. That feels a little incongruent with my other assessments with it. Maybe because I said it was like a 3 for frogging, only average in value. I think it's pretty. I like the fabric. No, I'm going to stand by a 7. I think the fabric was really nice. I like the colors. I like the feel. I like a lot about it. The drawbacks are definitely the frogging, especially if you are a crocheter. And yeah, that's the biggest drawback. Price, always use coupons, always get things on sale, always do what you can to conserve your crafting dollar. But yeah, I quite like this one. I like it a lot. I think this would make a very beautiful shawl. I could see a beautiful cardigan. Obviously I've made a hat. I could see hats with it, ear warmers. I don't think I would make mittens with it, but maybe some little like wristers or fingerless gloves could be cute. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing in this. I know Mary Maxim sells it in their blanket kits. I do not see this as a blanket yarn. I'm sorry, I apologize, Mary Maxim. I wouldn't use it in a blanket. I think this is more wearable hats. A scarf would be lovely. A cowl would be lovely. I just don't think it's a blanket yarn. Not something I would want to use in a blanket anyway. Okay, so let me know, what are your thoughts on Mary Maxim Prism? Have you used it? Are you looking to use it? What would you give it rating wise if you have used it? Let me know. I'm very curious. Of course, these are all just my opinions. If you like roving yarn and you want to give it a try and you have different thoughts of it, please let me know. The world would be so boring if we agreed on everything, and I can only share with you my opinions and experiences with the product. And I will say, I mean, overall, I think my experience was positive. Just, you know, make sure you're not doing a complex stitch that you may need to frog. That's my best advice. Okay, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.